Oh, welcome back and a Happy New Year to everybody, even though that's really like 2 days from now, but that's all right. We hope you're recovered from your Christmas and all the wonderful gifts you received. Hopefully a few cigars in there.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
And if not, you know where to get more.
Yeah, you know where to get more. And again, I just want to remind everybody that we are now 10 stores. Our Lancaster store has been open for a while now, and it's the old world tobacco cigars. A store, whatever it was called.
Beautiful
and
store.
It's now a cigar store right on Lincoln Highway, right across from the Tanger outlets and next to the Dutch Wonderland. Pretty easy location to find.
Great location.
Just follow the horse and buggy.
On the email, the website, we got a comment about the Lancaster store, and they
got
said
many comments,
and
actually.
they said that the manager Scott is excellent, and they're very happy.
Well, I
Scott's a good
handpicked
guy.
him.
Yeah.
Scott's a good guy.
He is a
Good job, Scott Mac.
And I just want to remind everybody, as we blab on about our 10 stores, we are not on every street corner. And with the weather being what it is and heading into the new year in February and March, we're in this part of the world, the weather is never all that great. We want to remind everybody to not only come to our stores, but also patronize your local brick and mortar store. They need the business, especially this time of year. It's not exactly the greatest time of year in our business, but if you support them, they'll still be around in the spring and summer with all your goodies. So it's a good place to smoke. They all, hopefully, all have lounges. You need a lounge in this part of the world.
Coffee, Wi-Fi, TV.
Yeah, you're talking.
Yeah. I know we do. And I'm sure most others do as well.
Yes.
And I want to welcome back Joe from PDR.
Welcome back,
All
Joe.
right.
We're the same things last week.
So are we.
Way to point it out, bud.
This is our standard uniform.
Of course.
Only one of us gets to change
Yes.
every week.
Yeah, that's true.
Sweet
We won't
tea.
mention.
It's a lot of work.
We won't mention who she is.
Scott's not here.
I'm sure he'll remember that.
Oh, yeah, we missed Scott.
Yeah,
Scott
we miss
who?
Scott. Yeah.
He's out in the field.
Well, as Scott has been off the last couple of weeks, and probably the next couple of weeks, he's attending to some things, and we miss him, and we can't wait for him to come back because he usually buys lunch.
That's right.
Speaking of lunch, right after the shooting of the show, we're going to have a delightful repast from Barbecue, which is right up the street from our Horsham store. And if you go to mybbqbbq.com, they have some very delicious offerings.
How's that spelled, T?
Another word.
Or better yet, go to Facebook, the Barbecue Facebook page, and you know, support our sponsors. You'll see a list of the cigar sponsors at the end of the program. But I mean, you want good barbecue, that's the place to
And their
go.
all-you-can-eat buffet is amazing.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday night, all you can eat
The
buffet.
barbecue lasagna is incredible.
Incredible.
It's all.
We're going to have a barbecue pizza in a little while.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool.
cannot wait.
So without further
Ready?
ado,
Paul's shaking over here, so
He's-
As
you need
usual.
to smoke.
that just means he needs to light up. We're going to cut and light our cigar. Rob's going to tell you about our cutting and lighting.
Our aluminum lighter and our Zycar XI1 cutters. Absolutely. Thank you, Zycar.
Thank you,
Official
Zycar.
Thank you,
sponsor.
Zycar.
Cutting
I
and
love
lighter
my
and
lighter.
cigar time.
Thank you, Payne Weber. The lovely Miss T will tell us about our cigar today.
The cigar today is the PDR Flores y Rodrigues. It was named after the owners, Abraham Flores and Juan Rodriguez. The binder, wrapper, and the filler are all
Great job filling
Dominican,
this.
Habano, Ruleta, Abajo.
Well,
The sizes, bear with me here, are Mágicos, Únicos, Cananazo, and Genios. And the taste profile is sweetness and some cedar, some soft cedar. So
Soft cedar.
Soft cedar. So I guess it's not in your face cedar. So yeah, let's light it up. You guys are already ahead of me. Just want to point out the band I love the band. It's very classic, and on it has the name from the city, the town in DR, Tamboril.
Which is a major cigar town.
oh, Tamboril, big time.
Big time. Tamboril and Santiago.
Remember that Tamboril cigar?
Yeah.
Bombo?
Oh, a long time back.
Yeah.
It was originally a box product.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the original Tamboril was a box product.
Do you remember the Bob Dylan song? Hey,
Oh,
Mr.
sure.
Tamboril Man?
Yeah, Mr. Tamboril Man.
I'm about to say what?
Hey,
my God.
Mr. Chamberlain, sing a song
Okay.
for
He's like,
me.
light
Oh
up.
my God, you gotta
Wow.
stop singing.
Do I get a union card for singing?
No.
Yeah.
You get the hook.
At least they're not throwing rotten fruit at me. I can sing more if you want.
No.
No, we're good. We're good. Thank you.
Thanks.
See what I have to put up with?
We have to put up with listening to you.
Wait a second. It sounded good to me.
Yeah,
I'm sure it
he's doing
did.
a
Of
nice
course it
sweet
does.
serenade. I liked
Sure
it.
it
I
did.
liked it.
You know what I always say? I don't care if you're laughing at me or laughing with me. As long as you're laughing, you're above ground and smiling. That's all that counts.
No, don't laugh at me.
Well, we can laugh at you.
You always laugh at me. I don't like being laughed at.
I always
No,
laugh.
you're in the wrong
I
place.
love laughing at people.
I always like when our
That's great
director
to you.
and our sound personnel equip you with your mic.
Yeah.
What happened? I was being felt. What'd you say?
From the mouths of babes, oft time come
You gotta
gems.
stop saying that too.
Ms. T, we all feel you.
Thank you.
We feel your pain.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm out of here. I'm out
A
of
new
here.
low.
I'm
A
outta
new low.
here.
I think the New Year's Eve celebration has already
It
started
started.
with some
Where's
of the
Where's
this?
panelists.
I need
So-
some Dom Perignon for this one. Thank
That's
you.
right.
Yeah. Pour me a glass.
Dom Perignon.
Dom
Oh
Perignon.
my
Oh,
God.
here we go with that. Dom
Okay, I think
Talk to Joe.
I think Joe is hankering at the bit here to tell us a lot more about the other offerings from A. Flores and Company, and we smoked the 1878 last time, and we're smoking the what are we smoking today? The Flores y Rodrigues.
Flores y Rodrigues.
Okay. Tell us about some of the other blends.
Sure. So the last couple of weeks we talked about some of our core lines, the 1878 Capa Habana, and this time we're smoking the Flores y Rodrigues Habano. Some of our other lines that are also really good, some of our premier lines would be the Siri Privada, Habano, and Maduro. And the interesting thing with those cigars is that they're both cedar aged for 4 months above and beyond your normal aging process. So with those, when you smoke them, basically what they do, it's a layer of cigar, layer of cedar, and they build it till it's a big brick. Then it sits in a cedar box. So when you smoke that, you get a lot of the notes and nuances from the cedar in that cigar.
Oh, nice.
In fact, Cigars Aficionado just rated that a 93.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a big rating for them.
Fantastic.
This got
rating,
a
yeah.
95 in Cigar Journal, correct?
Exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really good.
So a lot of our cigars are top 25, high 90 rated. Another one of our excellent cigars would be the Gran Reserva, especially in the half Coronas. Just coming into the cold weather, kind of into it already.
Yeah.
Right.
Short smoke, about this big. It's a petit. There we go, little petit Corona. Quick
like
30
when you
minute
say it.
smoke, really full, really strong. One of my absolute favorite cigars.
Nice.
And they come with little tins too, little tins of 5, so they're easy to carry around, leave it in your pocket. It's a quick dog walker, that's what we like
Right
to
here,
call
the
them.
tin.
Yeah, this
There you go.
time of year, yeah.
Exactly.
And what do they retail for?
Individual sticks are about $5.09.
It's a knee-jerk reaction with him. Emphasis on the jerk.
I warned you.
You've been warned.
I've been
That
warned.
I warned you.
Fair warned.
Rob is a purist.
That's right. These are cigars. They're not what you call them.
You won't even say the
I won't
word.
say
What do you
Word.
say it?
They're cigars.
Not sticks.
Cigars.
When
Yes.
you're walking outside after a heavy windstorm,
Yeah.
and there's these little things laying all over the place that came off the trees, and you bend over to pick one up, what do you call that?
Leaves.
No, not the leaves.
The wooden things.
The wooden thing.
Sticks.
Sticks.
Yeah.
But that's not a cigar.
You could light it.
No. You could.
No. Not
Thank
me.
you.
We've all had some cigars, sadly, not today, that taste like sticks.
That is correct.
Well,
very
let me just tell you
Or
about
pet
the
sticks in our
origin of the
cigars.
word sticks as it pertains to the cigar business.
Some moron came up with that.
Oh, come on.
Absolutely.
In the olden days, meaning 40 years ago, and still even today, in a lot of catalogs, in the wholesale catalogs and price offerings of the major cigar company, in the pricing quotient, they're referred to as sticks.
Cigars.
And no, they're referred to as sticks.
Cigars.
They are cigars.
They are cigars, and that's
They're
what you should refer to them as.
But they look like a
But they
stick.
list stick price.
Cigar price.
They don't
But
say
the
that.
words
I don't
on
care
the
what it is.
the words on the sheet does say sticks.
But it's
You can't deny
they're
that.
cigars. They're cigars. They're not.
So
what you call
all
them.
those manufacturers don't know what they're talking about.
is correct.
That's what I figured you'd
That is
say.
correct.
You're gonna fall on your stick over this one.
It's better than sword, I guess.
No, they are cigars, not what they call them.
Well, this is
Swear.
definitely a cigar.
Exactly. I think you do
Definitely.
disrespect to the cigar.
I'm
Calling it that.
always amazed
I'm with
when
you.
Rob demonstrates his lack of stubbornness.
I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
Passion. He
I
has
would be
passion.
amazed if it ever happened.
Any
Thank
funny stories that you do? Oh wait, we gotta do our initial impression first. Our initial impression first.
Exactly
You
what I
should
was
try
thinking.
talking without a cigar in your mouth.
I'm so used to doing that, right? Aren't we all just so used to doing that, or no?
That quickly degrades.
I mean, I'm used to talking with
quickly.
plenty. Anyway.
Whoa.
Well, that's why I can do it so easy. No.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
So we gonna do initial impression?
You can do whatever you want.
From here?
Yeah, there's
Well-
nowhere to go.
Well,
Can't go any lower.
my initial impression is a lot of spice.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
really in the taste profile, but I'm getting a lot of spice. I'm wondering if that is going to turn into something else. So I'm curious to see that. I'm going to keep smoking.
I
think-
agree.
I think it's going to be a cigar the whole time. It's not going to turn into something else.
I agree. There is a lot of spice in this in the
good.
initial taste of this cigar. We'll see. I do get a little cedar also.
Definitely. But which is typical of Dominican tobacco. They have a lot of spice.
Yeah.
You can get that black pepper on the top.
Right.
Yep,
And a boatload
exactly.
of
Nice.
smoke.
But it's not overwhelming. It's
Right,
kind of
no.
subtle.
Exactly.
No, no.
Yeah.
This again, as the cigar we had last week, is dominated by a Habano wrapper, a Dominican Habano wrapper, and I am fascinated with just how different Dominican Habano is from Nicaraguan Habano, which is on a lot of cigars these days, and it's a very good tobacco. And this just has such a different character. It's almost like a tutorial on how different tobaccos can be from two different countries.
Absolutely.
Well, again, you got a winner here. I mean, it's I would call it on the lighter side of medium. Yeah. I mean, it had some spice at the beginning. It's mellowing out, pleasant on the tongue, pleasant in the back of the throat, not harsh at all. To me, it smokes like a very good premium cigar. Speaking of premium cigars, what's the price points on these?
$4.95 for the
What?
Robusto.
You're
and-
kidding.
yeah, to $6.30
Wow.
Per stick?
per cigar.
Right, exactly.
You're not going to get them. Yeah,
Wow.
you got to get them.
I had to. I'm sorry, Rob. I had to.
But don't let that price point fool you, right? I mean,
That's
this
true.
is a premium cigar at a fantastic value.
Well, can we charge a couple bucks more? Because these are really good
These are
cigars.
really good cigars.
I'm amazed. I expected you to say, $7 to $9.
I did too.
That's what everyone says.
I'm
Yeah.
really shocked.
Wow.
Really shocked. Now, I know that you do make some, upper premium lines
We do.
that are more money,
We do.
but I can't imagine them being, a whole lot better than this.
They get pretty good.
Wow.
I've smoked a few.
This
of
is a
them. They are
fantastic
good, yeah.
cigar, but some of our premium lines are just top notch, compete with, the major players. Our Siri Privado, without a doubt, competes with the major players.
Right.
Our AFR 75, San Andreas Maduro wrapper, Nicaraguan binder filler, absolutely fantastic cigar.
It's amazing how San Andreas has gone full circle.
Absolutely.
From being the dog of the cigar
The dog
world,
of the cigar
to being
world.
one of the
Yeah.
most desirable Maduro wrappers
Yeah,
you can find.
exactly.
And
Without
it's
doubt.
beautiful.
It is amazing.
wrapper, too.
Absolutely
It is
amazing.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
So, Paul, I think at this point in the program, you should regale us of tales of yore.
Tales of my
what?
what?
Of yore.
Oh.
Tales. No, I'm not
I
calling-
need a thesaurus talking to art,
I mean, why
need a
why-
dictionary.
Well, since we're talking about the Dominican Republic, or we were, and we still are, I've been asked to tell my honeymoon story.
Yay!
Oh, my God.
Here we go.
At
So
least
this,
it's-
this is almost 30 years
Are you
ago.
talking? Are we talking about the honeymoon night?
No.
No, well,
That'll be
yeah,
a
well,
short-
yeah,
That'll be
actually,
a short story.
no, that's a different company.
I gave you the line.
Yeah, and I took it. This is almost 30 years ago. And since it was going to be my wife's very first trip outside the United States at all, I wanted it to be interesting and a little adventurous. So we booked a trip to the Dominican Republic, and remember 30 years ago, most of the big resorts that are in the country now didn't exist, hadn't even been thought about yet. But on the north coast of the Dominican Republic was then a quaint little town called Puerto Plata. It had an airport, so we could get there. And I rented us a little villa on the beach, about 10 miles further west, in an area called Costambar, the Amber Coast. And it sounded like it was going to be spectacular. It was a private villa on the beach, sandy shore, fully equipped, tennis courts, swimming pool, a restaurant.
That was in the brochure, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, all of that was in the brochure.
Because I kind of think I know what's coming.
Well, you know part of what's coming.
Yeah.
So we rent a car and off we go, and we go through Puerto Plata, and we get to Costambar, and we drive through the gates of the community. And once we're through the gates, there's the tennis courts, but there's no net and there's no tennis court. It's just staked out with little flags where it's going to
And there's
be.
weeds coming through the cracks, right?
Yes. And the swimming pool had been dug, but there was no liner and no water in it. The restaurant didn't exist at all. There was no office. There was nobody for us to talk to. And the beach was all rocks. So we pull up to this villa, which was beautiful. I have absolutely no complaint about the villa. And there's a couple of little Dominican guys with machetes doing the landscaping as they do. So we unpack, we get settled in a little bit, and don't worry. But my wife says, you know, it's our honeymoon night. Why don't we take a shower together? Don't worry.
That was your next mistake.
So we get into the shower, and immediately the power goes out. Now, you have to know the Dominican Republic to know that that's a daily occurrence.
In the afternoon.
The power always goes out.
Yep.
But my wife, having never traveled outside the United States, goes into a total state of panic. She says, it's those little guys with the machetes. They think we're rich Americans. They're out to get us. You got to go out and save me. So I pull on a pair of pajamas, and I take a knife out of the kitchen and a candle. And I light the candle because it's pitch black, there's no lights. And I'm walking around our little villa with a knife in one hand and a candle in the other. And there's nobody out
Looking
there.
for the little guys with the machete.
Yeah, of course there's nobody out there. So I go back into the house, and I say to my wife, Min, listen, there's nobody here, we're fine. She said, no, we got to get out of here. We got to get to a place with lights. We got to get to a hotel with people. We got to go now. So we jump in the car and we go. And we drive, we get to Puerto Plata, and there's no lights on in Puerto Plata either. But way off in the distance, I see some lights reflecting off the clouds on the horizon. So we head that way, and sure enough, there's a little hotel. So we pull up in front of the hotel, and I jump out of the car and run into the front office.
You still have your pajamas on?
And I say to the guy at the front desk, do you speak any English? And he says, yeah, a little bit. I said, good, do you have any rooms? He said, yes, we're brand new. This is the off season. We have lots of rooms. I said, good, can I have one? He said, absolutely not. and I said, well, why? And he said, look at yourself. I was not only in my pajamas, I still had a kitchen knife in one hand.
What did you have the candle?
No, I didn't still, I needed a hand to drive with.
Oh, yeah.
So I explained the whole story to him, which he thought was kind of funny. And of course, he gave us a room. It turned out to be an absolutely glorious little hotel. It was right on the beach. We decided to stay there. So I drove back to the villa to get all our stuff because we had left everything. My wife was in a nightgown. I was in pajama bottoms and with a knife. And so I got all of our stuff. I got on the phone to the travel agent back in the United States and said, not only am I not paying you, but you should be paying me. But the hotel turned out to be an all-inclusive kind of place.
Oh, lovely.
For all of, get ready, $60 a day.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
So we extended our stay. We actually wound up staying 2.5 weeks there, just because it was so beautiful and it had everything and it cost less than staying home.
Did you use the nude beach?
No.
Okay.
So that's my honeymoon story.
Great story.
That's
And no donkey
fantastic.
or
That's a great-
execution.
No donkey, no executioner's mask, no little boys.
Now, can you talk that?
Oh my God.
No,
Well, I think we need to talk about
I've never been married, so I don't have a honeymoon
That's
story.
true. But you keep trying.
Well, you have stories.
Trying. Yes, I have
You
stories.
do have stories.
Not ones he can tell here.
And I don't want to
Yes.
hear about the bathhouse story.
Never been to a bathhouse.
Okay, it's time to talk about the cigar. I hate to break up this love fest here, but it's time to talk about the cigar. Who wants
Oh,
to
I'll
start?
go first. The spice did turn for me. I'm getting a little cinnamon in there. I don't know if it's the sweetness with the spice. I don't know why, but I'm getting cinnamon. And a little floral too. I love the way it draws. This is not as, I don't like it as much as I like the last one. What? That's not wrong.
No,
I
I
like
just-
it. It's just not as much as the last
Everyone
one.
got a
The,
10, so
the
that's hard
last
to
one
beat.
was absolutely perfect. This one is just a little bit more spice than what I like. But again, it's a great cigar. It's good.
Rob?
I really like this cigar. I like it better than the last week's.
So what joys of smoking cigars.
Right, exactly. I'm getting a nutty mix to this cigar. I'm getting a little bit of butter also. I get some leather to it, toasty notes to it.
You know,
The retro
this
nails-
show has been described that way, a nutty mix.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Nutty mix.
okay.
Through the retro here, I'm getting a lot of spice.
Spice, yeah.
A lot of spice through my nostrils. It's very good. I like it a lot.
Paul?
The first 10 puffs on this cigar were about as good as anything I've ever had. The spice was pronounced, but not overwhelming. The undertones and flavors were great. To be honest, it backed way, way off after the first 10 puffs. And although the flavors are all still great, it's a little too muted for me.
Yeah, 'cause you like them, clawing
And
the back.
and the one last week, even though it was by no means a strong cigar, it stayed where it was with a little more oomph. I will say though that the retrohale spice is still
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if I could smoke the whole cigar through my nose, I'd probably like it more.
Dang,
yeah.
I gotta learn that.
Well, as for me, I'm getting a nice sweet finish as the cigar burns. On the retrohale, I certainly get all that spice they're talking about. I'm picking up a little of the cinnamon that Miss T described.
Yep.
Not getting leather, but I'm getting the toasty notes. Definitely that. For the price, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
The
these
price
cigars.
is unbelievable.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
realize these
That's
cigars were so
unbelievable.
inexpensive.
I think that we're smoking the Toro. I think the Toro is it's like 545,
Wow.
550, somewhere around there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
It is
absolutely.
That's a
That
great
is unbelievable.
Robust
price.
wrapper on here too.
Yeah.
Very strong wrapper.
Yeah.
How do they factor in price point when it comes to the cigar?
They take a dart and a board and they hand, oh, that's $8. Next
No,
one,
I mean,
oh,
but
we'll sell that
seriously
one
though,
for
'cause
$5.
some that you are so excellent can be so low, and then some that are so high sometimes aren't all.
Well, there's a lot of things that go into the manufacturing
Yeah.
of
A
a
lot of
cigar.
variables.
A lot of variables.
Yeah.
Aging, draw test. There's labor intensive. Aging is money intensive.
Absolutely.
I mean, some cigars are aged much longer than others.
Where the tobacco is purchased
Sure.
and how it's imported and what the...
Because a lot of people think the price is.
The
It's,
va-
the
Price
people
means
think
nothing.
price
The
equals
variable,
taste. You know
the
what I mean?
variable between the price of tobacco can really dramatic. When we used to make our own cigars here in this country, I mean, the price of tobacco could vary depending on the part of the part of the cigar, whether it be the wrapper, the filler, or the
Binder.
binder. Thank you. The price could vary from $2 or $3 a pound of tobacco to $20 or $25 a pound.
Wow.
Wrapper.
and even within just filler,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
could go anywhere from $2 or $3.
Yeah,
to
we used a lot
$8
of
to
Colombian
$10.
filler. And our Colombian filler used to be like $10 to $14 a
Yeah,
pound.
it was
That
more
was years
expensive,
ago. Yes. We
So-
used very expensive filler.
So if you think about it that way, that can swing your cost of goods
Sure.
by 5 or 10 times.
Absolutely. So, there's a reason cigars could be $5 and $6 and cigars could be $15 and $20. I mean, and of course the company's administrative costs, sales costs,
Yep.
profit. There's a lot of things that go into it.
And labor.
Yeah,
Labor.
and whether a company is vertically integrated, if they take everything from the seed, as we call it, from the seed to the shelves of your store, their costs are much lower than a distributor who has to buy it from someone who grows it and manufactures it. And there's a couple layers of profit that have to get added to it. That's why a vertically integrated company, such as E Flores, can keep the cost down because they control every part of the
Okay.
process.
Exactly.
Right.
And since we're starting to run out of time again, I think
Wow.
we need to put some numbers on this.
Good.
To touch on what you said though too, is that it yields a better cigar when you're vertically integrated.
Oh, sure,
because
absolutely.
You have
Yep.
more control.
Almost every
over
time.
The product.
Almost every time.
I give this a solid 7.
Rob,
Good number. I give it an 8.5.
Paul?
I'm with T, 7.
Yeah, I'm more with Rob, 8.5. So let's
That's
see.
8.
Huh?
No, 7 3/4.
Something. That's exactly right.
He said
That's
that's
exactly
8.
right. I mean, again, for a value price cigar, this cannot be beat. Now, Rob, I know we're having some upcoming events.
Yes, we are having upcoming events with E Flores. Joe will be there
Yep.
I will.
for the events coming up January 9th and 10th. January 9th is in Horsham, 12 to 3. In Comar, 5 to 8. And the 10th is in Oxford Valley, 12 to 3, and 5 to 8 in Freehold, New Jersey.
Get
Paul
to
will be
see
there.
Paul.
Yeah, the events is buy 3, get 2 free.
2 free.
All
Buy
right.
three,
Free.
get two
Wow.
That's a
free,
deal.
Pretty
and
So you get
aggressive.
5 cigars, you're only
free
paying for
and
3
two.
of them.
Look at
And at
that.
these prices, my goodness.
Yeah, right.
Holy
Yes.
mackerel.
They also have a lot of swag, hats, shirts, tote bags, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Tote
a lot of-
bags?
Yeah,
I'm
we're
getting
gonna
me a
give a
tote
lot
bag.
of stuff away.
So watch our webpage, watch our Facebook
Yes.
page, and watch your email, because you'll be reminded. We don't expect everybody to remember this, but you'll be reminded when these events are taking place, and please come out and, meet Joe, talk to him about the company, and by all means, test the cigars, and I think you're going to really enjoy them.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, absolutely. January
Definitely.
9th and 10th. So,
January 9th and 10th.
January 9th and 10th.
Yeah, so you'll be recovered from New Year's Eve.
Hopefully.
Almost.
Almost.
Yeah, Joe,
Wow, Joe, what are
least
you
one.
doing?
Somebody
What are
do
you
that.
doing? I think he's the one with the executioner mask in the doing.
Now, Joe,
Crazy.
when you do the Horsham event, you'll have to work closely with Tia.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, we'll kill it.
For you or her?
That's not nice.
Thanks, Art.
Well, I guess we covered everything. It's
Yeah.
unfortunately it's time to say goodbye again. These shows go by so fast.
They
Maybe
do.
we should try to get an hour.
that'd be fine.
Yeah, well, that would work.
That would be
People
fine.
People are
Boy,
asking
could
us
I-
to
Well,
go for an hour.
seems- An hour?
Yeah,
Boy, could I
radio show.
talk up a storm.
Yeah, you could talk up a story. So, let's say goodbye and wish everybody a Happy New Year.
Hey guys, Happy New Year, and smoke often and smoke happy.
Happy New Year. Smoke sweet. Bye-bye for now. In 2015. Can you believe it?
Wow, I can't believe it.
And my birthday's coming up.
All right.
So that means
Right.
gifts. No.
Oh.
No, no gifts.
Sending gifts. No.
Happy New Year, everybody. Ciao for now.
I like red lace.
Joe, we thank you very much for joining us the last couple of weeks.
Thank you
you for
Joe.
having
I
me.
extend my hand in friendship. Thank you very much. We'll see you at the events.
Absolutely.
Again, on behalf of
course.
all the staff and crew at Cigar Time and Cigar Cigars, patronize our stores, patronize your local brick and mortar store. We thank you very much for your viewing of our show for the past plus year, and we'll see you in 2015.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.